Hey everybody, it is November 18th, 2008. I'm Sonic Suns. And you know, I've got a computer here to browse with, a TV I could turn on. So you know, I have some homework I ought to do at some point. But I'm making a video here. And why? Well, I happen to have seen a video from Perry Urban, posted just yesterday. I can call it yesterday, but about an hour and 42 minutes. Yay, sleep schedules. But he was talking about things being too crazy online. The community not being really real. And he was saying that even on Vloggerheads, which, for those of you who don't know, is the sort of independent little site that got going. Intended to be like YouTube, but, you know, with less haters and such. And Perry is very big in the founding of that and such, as part of the discussions, and I'm sure they have even bigger plans, the Tropolis and whatnot. Anyway, on that very site of Loggerheads, Perry hasn't updated a whole lot in the last, I don't know how long it's been. And then just yesterday, he comes up with a video called Too Crazy, where he says he feels that it's not really real community, huh? I'll grant you that there are differences. I'll grant you that things could be better, huh? It's not the utopia that you and I have talked about. You see my videos on E-Nation. You know, that's when I first really ranted on the concept. You know, because you mentioned the idea, and I went off for like 8 parts videos or whatever. And yeah. What is this internet thing to me? Well, it's, I make a video, you know, nowadays, almost once a day. Isn't that cool? Something interesting on my mind, something I care about. I put it up. A couple people might view it. Maybe even a couple people that I know in the real world. They leave a comment, you know, and it's nice. True, Perry, you were saying that, you know, if you know, your house burned down, you know, would the people on Vloggerheads put it out? Okay, if your house was on fire, would the people on Vloggerheads put the fire? If it burned out entirely, there's nothing to put out anymore. I can talk well. I understand what you're saying there. On the one hand, you know, geographical convenience is part of the problem. I mean, I have, you know, relatives that don't live close enough near me that they'd be able to put out my, you know, room if it burned or whatever. I know kind of what you mean. Suppose some of the, you know, internet people were on your doorstep randomly. Someone just happened to walk by. I don't know how. Would it become real at that point? Would we have community then? Would you? I'll tell you this, Perry. You drop by my place, I'd be like, it's Perry Urban. Okay, hey, come in. You know? And there are difficulties with that. Geographically, for one thing, getting places. You know, which you haven't met a few of these people, in your life. I'm sorry that I missed you when you went to Los Angeles. And furthermore, I'm sorry that I haven't been to your actual home across the pond, as it were. But yeah, there are difficulties. You know, when you see someone daily, you know, you develop a certain kind of connection. All sorts of other things you know about them and such. You know, there's so much we get from immediate interaction, where every like turn of my head, every blink of the eye, every half-baked word of all that's part of the conversation. And there are plenty of that in vlogs, thank goodness. So I invented vlogs, I think. But there's no immediate reaction, is there? That's a problem. I'll grant you that. But, as we've said before, as I did in my video, The Undying Community, for instance, when I said to you, Perry, well, I still have hope for this whole bit. Yeah, I know. Mainly the moment I just make my videos, I put them up, some people watch them, isn't that nice? Not exactly what it should be. Even without, you know, the ideas of grand popularity and meeting 1,000 people or whatever. You don't need that, but even just, do I have, let's say, people that I know online? Well, people I'm familiar with. Hi, Perry. True enough, huh? True enough that we could know them better, couldn't I? And I actually could know my real life people a little bit better too. Working on that. What can I say, huh? The online world is different, but with some of the same principles. We're still humans out here, aren't we? Till something passes the Turing test, and then who knows what, but... It's a geek reference, don't worry if people out there didn't get it. There's something nice about being able to view something anyone's ever done at any time and anything. You can go back 6 months and see what a person felt then, and in that way, there's sort of a thing that you don't necessarily get in face-to-face contact, When you're talking to someone... You ever been like, you don't know how much this person wants to talk about a given subject. You don't know how much you really want to ask them. You want to know something. You don't know if Sometimes online you could say, okay, well, I'll just go back to when so and so lost his job, and I'll see his vlog on that, and I'll see fully how he felt at that moment. That is hard to do in face-to-face contact, right? And even without necessarily, bad experience. It's just an opinion that you form. You put it out there, you have an opinion on some sort of thing, blah, 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 and people can view it at any given time. At 3 a.m. in the morning, when you're asleep. Though I'm not asleep necessarily, but depending on time zones. There's an advantage to that, isn't there? You'll be able to meet all sorts of people if, for instance, your immediate physical environment doesn't suit you very well, the people you happen to know. Though, true enough, you can do a better job of knowing the people in immediate physical environments, and maybe we'll find some people we get along with, etc., etc. And yeah, there's a lot of craziness. We've seen the, flamers and trolls and, whatnot around. But I don't see a whole lot of them. I think slowly the online world is sort of maturing that way, huh? And now you're talking about things being crazy and, keeping up with everything. You don't need to keep up with each and every video ever made, huh? Maybe that's what we need is ways of finding a few people to really connect with, without necessarily shutting out everybody else. I'm just saying, maybe, huh? We treat each other a little more like immediate friends and a little less like, happenstance fans almost. Someone who just walked by, happened to view a video, and then they walk away again. That's probably how you feel that most of this online interaction is. I'll give you that. I'll admit that there are flaws to this online world. And yes, it can be a bit crazy, but dang it, I still have so much hope for it. Because I've been looking at, the Vlogbrothers have been on tour, and to see so many people, not just like, screaming at their idols here or whatever, as you might see at a rock concert, but like actually getting to know each other, and they met through an online medium, etc., etc. I think we may yet find a little bit of so-called real community. I hope, anyway. Thanks for watching. See you later.